All right, on the other side of things, left-wing activists set to hold protests today, including by the Women's March. You may remember them. This protest hopes to, quote, free America from poverty, free America from the grip of hate and the political fear, and free America to protect our freedoms before they are gone.
Yeah, and the People's Union USA, which is another activist group, plans to boycott some of America's most successful companies, including Amazon, Home Depot, Starbucks. The group's founder recently commenting on the organization's planned Independence Day protest.
This is the most important boycott of the year. It's about walking away from the illusion they've built and reclaiming what it actually means to be free. Do not go to the parades. Do not gather at the fireworks shows. Don't wave a flag for a country that no longer waves it for you. There is no independence to celebrate right now.
Yeah, here now is Army Ranger, sniper, and Special Forces operator Tim Kennedy, and he's got a 4th of July message for us. But first, Tim, you know, if they boycott Amazon and Starbucks, where are they going to get their blue hair dye and latte? Like, that's half their identity, man.
Yeah, I have no idea. Neither do they. You know, like, sometimes I pity them as they're walking aimlessly through the streets, finding whatever the next thing is to protest. You know, it's their lives have become so absorbed. Their identities are connected to just finding the next thing to complain about. And instead of appreciating, you know, how beautiful this country is and how remarkable the history of a very new country. Like we're not one of the old ones. But we clearly, you know, Admiral Yamamoto, after World War II, Pearl Harbor, you know, he said that they had made one of the worst mistakes of their lives, that they woke a sleeping giant and gave them terrible resolve. And that's what the American people are like when we have unity. It feels like the American people have kind of had an awakening, that there's been this resurgence of the values that America was founded on. And I think we desperately need to get back to that. And it feels like the pendulum is swinging back towards that way. People appreciating freedom and fighting for it. I think that man is going to have a stark and a disappointing reality when he wakes up on the 5th of July and realizes that all of us celebrated with our whole hearts the greatest country to have ever existed.
Wow, Tim, you know, I'm so glad that you said that, because this morning I was thinking that it felt like for a while we were in a post-America moment, where American exceptionalism was no longer celebrated. And it was a bad thing to think that we were founded under "In God We Trust," and that we were actually founded in this oppressive manner. And it does feel like with the election of President Trump, who is so overtly patriotic and loves this country, we are now past that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, I have a reenlistment coming back. I'm in the National Guard, and this month I get to reenlist again. I got to do it in Normandy, and so I feel it as well. It's something that's palatable. Service members, I think, are the first ones to really get a connection to a patriotic president. And when you see that in our numbers of recruitment, where everybody's wanting to join the military, you also see a whole bunch of soldiers that normally would be getting out. They're excited to be staying. But I 100% agree. You can feel like people focusing on family again, their health. RFK Jr. just absolutely crushing it at Health and Human Services. You know, like our former colleague, Pete Hegseth at Department of Defense, again, still just leading with pride of, you know, with an American flag pocket square in his pocket. He loves to be an American, and he loves to represent our military.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're going to paint your hair blue today, maybe paint it red, white, and blue. Maybe. And why can't we get them on board,
like
man?
that.
I think we can.
U.S. cities brace for anti-Trump protests. 4th of July boycott Save Our Allies co-founder Tim Kennedy joins Fox and Friends First to discuss his reaction to the boycott demands and his Independence Day message for America. Save Our Allies co-founder Tim Kennedy joins Fox and Friends First to discuss his reaction to the boycott demands and his Independence Day message for America.